SST is brought to you by Stark Auto Sales, home of the ultimate worldwide scratch and dent car sale. Hey friends, I'm Rick Walker. Welcome to another edition of the SST Car Show. Tons of cool stuff rolling out for you today, including a look back at the Charlie's Angels Mustang Cobra II, made famous in that hit TV series from the 1970s. We'll also review the Chevy Silverado pickup truck. But first, let's head off to the garage of our good friend Tom Payne, custom car builder extraordinaire, who has transformed an old Pontiac Grand Prix into a very cool custom stretch touring car. Tom, why don't you tell me, first of all, what you started with, because this looks like nothing I've seen before.
I started with a 1984 Grand Prix. It was a very nice car. It was actually, it came out of California, then was purchased in Ontario, and so I started with an 84 and chopped it all apart and ended up with this.
Well, you sure did chop it all apart, and in fact, I said I've never seen anything like this before, and yet at the same time, it looks like a lot of things I've seen before. Where did you get the inspiration for the lines, the length, the style that went into this thing? Because I see some Art Deco, I see some pre-Art Deco influences here. There's a lot of, there's a lot of classic lines in this car.
Well, I sort of started with a picture of a Bugatti. You know, I seen the Guild. They built that Bugatti on TV, and I thought, I could build something similar to that. So I took a picture of that and a few other European cars, and then just started. When I actually tore the car apart, took the complete body off, I put a 2x4 up along just to get that line, and so I sat a 2x4 on the floorboard going up and propped it up, and I finally got the line I wanted, and I thought, there's my car. So I just went from that 2x4 and started building it.
Wow, and everything on this car is metal front to back, is that right?
That's correct there, yes. That's 5 sheets of 4x10 16 gauge steel makes a car.
So all of this is like, it's handcrafted. So you're starting with this idea in your head, and then you're just cutting the sheet metal, taking it, bending it, and molding the sheet metal to suit your taste.
Yes, I was lucky. My nephew works at a shop where they have a press and stuff, so he helped me form, as far as the fenders, the one bend in it to get the curve, and then I could just cut everything up from there and do the three-dimensional bend to it, or the curve to it. And
making this whole thing work had to be a big challenge, because it looks like you've moved that firewall back. You've really cut this thing up.
It was a lot of work. I wanted that long front end, and to achieve that, I had to move the firewall back 2 feet and actually have everything where you're sitting actually in the back seat. I made a very long engine compartment. I wish I had a V12 for it, because it would go in there perfectly, and maybe someday there will be a V12 in it. But
what's in it right now?
It's got a 355 crate, GM engine in it, and so just about 320 horsepower, so nothing huge, but just ample for this car. It handles well. I'm happy with that. It was being a big car to begin with, as far as the framework and that, it makes it where it does have a nice ride. And one thing, the wheelbase never changed, so that
and the hood, the doors, they open on their own.
Yes, they're all air assist. They're all remote control. There's 2 cylinders for every operation. One cylinder unlocks it, and then the other cylinder lifts it. So
and I think this is kind of becoming your signature on these cars, these lines that you put down the body, the lines that are down the trunk. How do you achieve that? How do you do that?
So this one was just small strips of steel, 1-inch steel, that I just bent 90 degree. Then I weld them all in place, and then work from there. But I like the lines. I can just keep adding until everything, the body suits me, and so I just keep adding lines until I say that's it right there. And
Makes it look very aerodynamic.
it does. I think it gives it that nice European styling look.
And you must be thrilled because you've taken this to some car shows. It's debuted just this summer, and you're getting some very positive feedback.
Yes, it was at Fleetwood, and the Bears team, they really loved it there, and my wife and I were sitting, and people would read the little, the board that we have with all the pictures of it, and we heard so many wows. So that's one thing I was telling you earlier there, that every time I walk in my shop still, every morning I can walk in there and think, wow, I like that car. So that's always good.
Is there anything else you'd like to add or think that I might be missing?
Not that I always tell people that if you dream it, you can achieve it. And people don't believe me, but, they just have to get out and try the handiwork, I think.
Just do it.
Yeah. Just
2 years of your life went in it.
It's 2 years in this one. People don't believe that, but when I say I do 2 years, I devote 2 years with pretty well every moment of spare time, and it gave a lot of inspiration at Fleetwood. A lot of people were saying, wow, I got to get my project going again now. This just gave me the inspiration to get mine done after seeing this. So that was a good positive note.
Well, there's really just one word that comes to mind for me, and that's congratulations. And thank you so much for sharing the car with us on the show.
I appreciate it there. And like I said, I enjoyed building them. And this will probably be my last for a bit. But then I said that was my spirit. And all of a sudden this one came around. So we never know.
And now some highlights from this year's Cruisin' Heinz Car Show, the largest rolling car show in the entire world. Time to take a commercial break, and please buy the products that you see advertised by our sponsors. Those are the guys who help keep this show on the air so that we can help you keep car culture alive. Hey friends, I'm Rick Walker. Welcome back to the SST Car Show. We're here to talk a little bit about Charlie's Angels. Yeah, that huge hit TV series from the late 1970s. Specifically, we're here to talk about the Charlie's Angels Mustang Cobra II, which was a star in its own right on the show. Now recently we were at the Cruisin' Heinz Car Show in the Detroit area, and who did we run into? A good friend of ours, Mel Guthrie, who is a huge movie car collector. He has a huge collection of movie cars and movie tribute cars. And what has he just added to his collection? You guessed it, Charlie's Angels Mustang Cobra II. Mel has gone to great lengths to find all of the right pieces and parts to make sure that that Mustang Cobra II is exactly the way it appeared on the Charlie's Angels television series. What year is this car, Mel? It's a
1976.
76.
Mustang 2. Cobra 2 edition.
How accurate is this?
I think it's actually pretty darn accurate. Based on what I can tell and all the information I can pull, it's very accurate.
What sets the car apart? What is it that makes it distinctly a Charlie's Angels car?
Well, the blue and white is very important, and the Cobra package. And these wheels are like very special. So I'd say the wheels is one of the outstanding factors. The louvers on the side, and then there's louvers on the back too. So That's pretty much it.
Now, in the first season, that Mustang Cobra II was driven by Farrah Fawcett, who was probably the biggest star of the show. Now, she left after the first season, and then Cheryl Ladd took over in a new role and behind the wheel of that Mustang Cobra II. There were actually several versions of the Mustang Cobra II that were used on that show, but they all looked more or less the same. Now you gotta remember that back in the 1970s, there was a gas crunch. Government responded with more regulations for car companies. The car companies responded by downsizing their cars. Ford responded by downsizing their Mustang. They ended up building their Mustang II on the chassis of a Ford Pinto compact car.
The sweet-handling Mustang II Cobras. No other domestic car in its class gives you all this standard. Spoilers, stabilizer bars, staggered shocks, rack and pinion steering, steel-belted radials, and 4 on the floor. That's why Cobra takes the curves like a snake.
Handling car, Mustang II, put one between the road and you.
When America needs a better idea, Ford puts it on wheels.
The result was, to say the least, kind of lackluster. They needed to find a way to inject some new sizzle into the Mustang brand. That's where Charlie's Angels came in. They used product placement on the show to promote the Mustang II. And man, it really worked. Now, when we say the Mustang Cobra II was a little on the lackluster side in terms of performance, we kind of mean it. Even with the 302 V8, it went from 0 to 60 in 9.8 seconds. It took the quarter mile in 17.4 seconds. Not fast. Now, those old Pinto Stangs, those Mustang IIs and Mustang Cobra IIs might not be the most popular of the old classic Mustangs, but man, they looked good back in the 70s, and there's a reason for that. Mel tells us that the same guy that designed the Monkees car, the Monkees Mobile for the old Monkees TV show, he's the same guy that designed the Mustang too. Mel ought to know he owns one of the original Monkees cars, and that's one of the reasons he wanted to own a Charlie's Angels Mustang Cobra II. So does it bring back memories for you? Do you have like a soft spot for the show?
Well, my soft spot, I mean, what boy that grew up when Farrah Fawcett was around doesn't have a soft spot for her? I mean, she was like crazy beautiful, and so that was her car in the show, and then Cheryl Ladd's car after Farrah Fawcett quit. So that's neat. Plus, then I have a connection with the Monkey Mobile, which is the same guy that did the conceptual drawings for the Monkey Mobile, got a job working for Ford, and also did the conceptual drawings for the Mustang too.
So they weren't the fastest. They were built on a Pinto chassis, but they look cool. And Farrah Fawcett and Cheryl Ladd made it even cooler on Charlie's Angels. So maybe it's not the most popular Mustang out there. I don't care. I thought they were cool back in the day. I was just a kid, so it brings back memories for me. And yeah, I mean, if you had a chance to put a Charlie's Angels Mustang Cobra II in your stable, wouldn't you? I would. Don't go away, just around the corner, a review of the new Chevy Silverado pickup truck. Hey friends, welcome back to the SST Car Show. I'm Rick Walker. And now, a review of the new Chevy Silverado pickup truck. The Chevy Silverado is, in a word, versatile. The Z71 package adds versatility to Chevrolet's Silverado. It gives the truck more off-road capability, but it really doesn't make the vehicle any less civilized. It still runs smooth on city streets, and inside, it's quiet even with the beefy wheels and off-road capable tires. In this, our test vehicle, we have leather seats, leather-wrapped steering wheel, stitched dash. There really isn't much in this that you wouldn't find in, say, a Cadillac. Versatility and a wide range of trim packages are what make the Silverado the best-selling truck in the General Motors lineup. It's offered with 3 cab layouts, 3 bed sizes, and 3 engine choices across 6 distinct trim levels. Whether you want a bare-bones work truck or something with more luxury, there's probably a Chevy Silverado that will fit into your lifestyle. Our test vehicle was equipped with a 5.3-liter engine and all-wheel drive. And you know, you have a really powerful engine here, so if you really need to open it up and you need that power for towing or for acceleration on the highway, if you have the truck bed filled with cargo, you have that power. But if you're easy on the gas pedal, you can still get pretty decent fuel economy with it. The Z71 off-road package provides true off-road capability. You get all-terrain tires, an off-road tuned suspension with Rancho monotube shocks, skid plates, hill descent control, and an Eaton automatic locking rear differential that none of Silverado's competitors offer. The Z71 is also available in double cab and crew cab LTZ Z71, or you can get the top-of-the-line LTZ Z71 model. There's lots of towing capability here. There's an available max trailering package that offers up to 12,500 pounds of towing capability. There's also an available integrated electric trailer brake controller. Inside, you'll find a switch for tow or haul mode. You get StabiliTrak with trailer sway control. There's hill start assist, auto-grade braking. A rear vision camera is standard, and you get 4-wheel disc brakes with Duralife rotors. The Silverado is available in 5-foot 8-inch, 6-foot 6-inch, and even 8-foot long box lengths. Inside, our test vehicle was well equipped and packed with luxury. Chevy's MyLink infotainment system is easy to learn and easy to use. Navigation makes trips easier. We found an abundance of power outlets. It's even equipped with a built-in wireless phone charger. The seats were comfortable and supportive. The interior is well crafted. Our power driver's seat even came with memory settings. The rear seating area provides tons of legroom. On our test truck, acceleration was smooth, the truck was responsive. The suspension soaked up off-road bumps and city potholes, yet it still felt nimble, especially for a truck this size. Now you're going to pay for all that towing capacity and power at the pump, but the fuel economy was better than we expected. We got about 22 miles per gallon on the highway. The Chevy is heavier than the Ford F-150, but we really didn't notice much of an appreciable difference in performance or economy. So much depends on how you drive the thing, you know, it really does. Ford's F-150 now has an aluminum body. The Silverado is still all steel, and Chevrolet is using that as a selling point. In fact, the truck bed is now made with roll-formed steel, making it even stronger than truck beds made from stampings. Our Silverado test truck came with the Redline Sports Appearance Package. It does look sharp, adding special badging, redline stripes on the wheels, and red tow hooks. We also enjoyed advanced safety features, including low-speed forward automatic braking to help prevent a potential collision. Inside, you're protected with a safety cage made of high-strength steel. Our test vehicle also came with lane keep assist, forward collision alert, and rear park assist. The durable bed liner is a big plus. It's attractive and really protects, giving you a functional truck that you can actually use to haul stuff for work and still keep your truck looking good. When it comes to trucks, brand loyalty still plays a big role at the time of purchase. But we can honestly say, with all brand preferences aside, the new Silverado is one tough customer that is tough to beat. Rick Walker, SST Car Show News. Well, friends, that's all the time we have for today. So until next time, I'm Rick Walker reminding you, when you can't get to the car show, we will bring the car show to you online. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Check us out on Facebook. There's tons of additional content there. And don't forget to visit our website at SSTCarshow.com. Catch you next time.
This has been a Maverick Multimedia production.